Welcome in. Good morning. We are back with our second episode of Sunday Morning Coffee Talks, and I'm really excited. So today we are all in the 50s decor. We're taking it back to Greece, you guys. Today we are going to be talking to a girl named Frenchy, and I'm going to let her introduce herself, more about her, tell about what she's doing. But you guys, this is going to be incredible. I am so excited to get this party rocking and rolling. Today we have a very special guest, and we're going to get ready to let her in here. How about this? Welcome in, you guys. We're going to let Frenchy get in here. How is everybody? Y'all having a great Sunday so far? Y'all having a good morning?
Hi.
Look at the queen. Look at her hair all decked out. I love this girl. She's got so much
Oh, thank you.
She's got so much like Elvis enthusiasm, but also this era of like what is your favorite era? Like well, before you introduce yourself, what's your like favorite era that you like to deck out yourself in?
Probably the 50s or early 60s.
Absolutely. See, I'm late 60s, early 70s, but I did, like I told last week, I wore poodle skirts and all that kind of stuff in high school. But anyway, welcome in everybody. We're gonna let Frenchie introduce herself, and I know that's not her name because Frenchie's also a Grease in a character, which I absolutely love that character, by the
Oh,
way.
that's been my nickname since I was born. Actually, it's as Lauren said, I'm Frenchy. I've been dressing like this for about 2 years, which is crazy because it kind of flew by.
I can't wait to get into this because she's got an amazing story behind her. Not just does she like to do 50s decor, but her music taste is all over the place, isn't it, girl? Like you are all over the place. I catch your lives. You're cool. You do the 50s era. I love it.
So, I started singing and I've always been singing. Like my sister and I, we sing a lot. But I mostly got into singing in middle school choir. So, so I've been a choir kid like ever since. But I did drop out of choir like sophomore year of high school to like do like art and stuff, which is I should have never done. But then I got back into it this year, and it's been really fun. I'm a senior now, but it's been really fun. And then so whenever the Elvis movie came out in 2022, that was a big thing. I saw it like 3 days before my birthday or something like that, so it was the perfect birthday gift for that year. And so then I started deep diving into more of his music because my grandma was a big Elvis fan.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
So I started deep diving into his music, and then I got into Engelbert Humperdinck, he was also friends with Elvis.
Yes.
Then I got into Frankie Avalon, which obviously everyone knows him from Grease.
Yes.
I got introduced to him from Grease too. And then just all these amazing singers. People started telling me I looked like Annette Funicello from the Beach Party movies, the Mickey Mouse Club. So
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
got to her too, and I have a lot of her records. I have a lot of Elvis records, Frankie Avalon. I just listen to a lot of people from the 50s and 60s.
That is really cool. And so since we are on this topic about her music style, I don't know how many of y'all here who are just coming in. We are talking to Frenchie. She is a 50s decor girl. She sings, she performs. But one of the things that I want to talk about, which is why I wanted to invite you, is because I caught one of your lives. I did. I caught one of your lives. And one live in particular, I think she knows where I'm going with this. But for the people who don't know, she had a very special person pop in. I mean, this was not necessarily.
Frankie.
Yes, this is not just an angel from Lake Greece, you guys. He's an angel in general. Tell us about this. I gotta hear it. I was actually like, oh my God, really?
Okay, so it started, I would say in November. So I was randomly live one day, right, doing my thing. I think it was at the start of the live. I was wearing this 50s prom dress. It was purple, yeah. So I was just sitting there talking, and then I see a bunch of comments. Oh, Frankie's son is in the chat. Frankie's son is in the chat. And then he said, oh, hi, Frenchy. I would love to send you a Frankie Avalon signed plate, which it's back there. I'll show it in a minute.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it was insane. And so I was like, really? And he was like, I showed my dad your videos. He loves your account and he knows who you are and all that stuff. I'm like, Frankie Avalon knows who I am. And so that was crazy. And so then one other day, like I would say this was like the third week of December or something. It was closer to Christmas time. So I went live that day, and then Nick Avalon, I spoke to him, and he was talking about how he got to go on the set of Back to the Beach in the 80s. with Annette and
Yes.
Frankie, got to go on their tour. Like the life of being the son of Frankie Avalon, which was insane. And
It's so
so
cool.
then fast forward to Christmas Day, I'm about to have because I went live that day just to like for Christmas, just to do a little thing for Christmas, and so I end that live. I'm about to eat like Christmas dinner. I mean, it was like 12, so like I call it basically Christmas lunch, but I
Yeah.
didn't eat anything else because fall.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
then I get a DM from Nick Avalon. Oh, like I have a surprise for you. Can you please go live? And then I'm like, can we wait till like about 3 because I'm then gonna be like burping on live and stuff, and we don't want that. So then I go on after I'm done eating, food settled and all that stuff, and then I'm kind of nervous because I kind of know what's happening because Nick is in California with his dad, right? And so
Yes.
and so I go live. I see the little request on the request line, and then I see Nick's name, and so then on the side of the screen, oh, it was so crazy. Then I hear some talking, right? I'm like, who's this? I recognize that voice from somewhere, and then boom, Frankie pops up on the screen.
Oh my God, I saw that and I about freaked out. When he sang in Teen Angel as Teen Angel, that was one of my favorite characters in Grease. I mean, I still
Mine
love
too.
Danny and I love Sandy, the main characters. I love all of them. But he was one of my favorite characters. And as I got older, I started listening to Taylor Hicks. If you guys remember who he is, he's on American Idol. He won season 6. And he did his character in Grease in 2016, 17, I want to say. And he did it in Vegas and did a
Oh
residency.
wow.
And I never got to see him in like outfit or character or show. I never got to go see Taylor. Wish I would have, but by that point I was in college, still trying to finish up college. How was he? Just like was he just? If I can't recall the whole interview, but was he just chilling with you? If I remember, like he was
Yeah,
just
he was talking about his good friend Annette Funicello, and
yes.
he brought out this Christmas album to show me. I have it. I not his, not the one he owned, but I got a copy of it to listen to, and he started singing the song from the Christmas album. Together we can make a Merry Christmas. Like he started singing it, and then he said he saw one of my videos where I lip sync. Obviously, soon later I sang the song with his voice in the background, but so he started singing "I Think You Think" from the movie Beach Blanket Bingo to me,
Oh
and
my
that
goodness!
was
See, I've
so
never seen any
cool.
other movies of his, he
Well,
can sing
I
it.
have. I've seen all the beach movies. I've seen
Wow.
yeah, and then I've seen Grease. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen every single one.
Yep, and this is why I love this girl. She has dived deep, deep. Like I'm an Elvis fan, but she's dived in the 50s, everything. So another thing I want to like bring to light about her is that she also does the singing and dancing in the decor of the 50s, right? I have seen so many of this girl's lives about with the poodle skirts, and then she decks herself out. Just explain how and you got into this, because I'm young, but I don't know how young you are. I know you said you're out in high school. Don't say you don't have to say her age, but just she's young. I was in my early teens when I started getting into the 70s, because I was a 70s baby, which is why I loved Elvis. How did you get into that? My mom was the styling of that, where I saw my mom from the 70s. I took her style. I'm like, I got to run with this. How did you get into it though? Like that's what I want to know.
So basically, when I was little, like I've always loved dresses and stuff like that. I don't know why that matters, but yeah, I mean I still do wear them. So basically, my mom, she was the gateway for that. Obviously,
Yep.
she watched all the old movies like Grease, Casablanca. That's 40s though. Like
Yeah.
everything with me. I Love Lucy, Laverne and Shirley, which is set in
I
the
love those. I love Lucy and Laverne and Shirley were
Happy
my
Days,
shows.
just
Yes.
everything. And since my grandma was an Elvis fan, she used to play like all types of music. Like my mom used to play Elvis, just everything from that time. My mom grew up in the 80s, but
Yeah.
since her mom grew up in the 50s, she just also got into it and gave passed it on to me. So
That
yeah,
is
that's
so
how I got
cool.
into it.
Do you make your, because we were talking with Cece last week. Do you make your own like skirts and stuff like that?
I only made one skirt. That's it. Only one. Yeah,
Only
I
one?
made it from like a bed sheet.
A bed sheet? That,
Yeah,
well,
and I didn't have
hey,
a pattern.
I guess that works. That's why, because I've never made my own. She definitely gives me the Laverne and Shirley era, but she really gives me like Frenchy from the movie. Like you definitely have that entire vibe. I can see it, but I hope you're not dropping out of school anytime soon because
No,
that
no, no. I
no, but
gotta
no,
be.
I love how, I just love your young era. I don't, well, like I said, I'm not as young as I used to be, but when I was young, I had a heart and driven for Elvis and driven for the early 50s, 60s, and 70s. And I grew up with Elvis in the decades. And I know you're not as Elvis like Page, but how did you get into Elvis? Was it your grandmother or anybody like that?
So like I've always knew of him. Of course, who doesn't know
Yeah,
Elvis,
exactly.
right?
Who does
So
exactly?
I knew like his bigger hits like Jailhouse Rock, Hound Dog. But then the movie came out in 22, and then I, like I said, did a deep dive into his music. Like I
Yes, you
started
came from the
watching.
movie. You
I
got the
watched
movie.
the movie like 32 times.
32 times.
Yes,
Holy
so many
cow.
times.
Welcome in, everybody. This is French. If you have not seen her yet, you need to check this girl out. She has met Frankie Avalon. She's met a bunch of other cool people, but we're talking about how she got into her style and the 50s because Elvis is the main thing on our channel. But so your grandmother knew a little bit about Elvis, you said, and so did your mom?
No, yeah, my grandma used to see him on TV and everything. She's
Ooh.
originally from Uruguay, but so obviously they had TV and all that stuff there too.
Yeah.
So, but so she moved to America in like the 70s.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had the Elvis stamps. She was a big fan. But so as I was saying, what was it
You
about
got
how
it
I
from
got
the
into it?
movie, but you're
The
young. You got
movie.
it from the movie. But did you watch his movies? Did you ever watch like Elvis
Yes,
movies? Okay, good.
yes.
Okay, good. That's what I was wondering.
My favorite Elvis movies are probably Girl Happy. It's so
Ooh,
funny.
that is a
Uh,
good one.
Girls, Girls, Girls are probably King Creole, which is his more dramatic role film.
I
Um,
love that one.
yeah, but he made such great movies, and I mean some are kind of weirdish because you know the Colonel made.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean Elvis makes the movie, right? But
Elvis does make the movie. I mean, with even without a soundtrack in Charo, I still like it. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I like that he didn't sing much in that one. That he was just being able to be himself. I know that's not my favorite movie, but it's a good example to kind of show that. How much do you get into the 70s?
Well, I actually have 70s Elvis records. Like he's the
Okay.
only 70s I listen to because he put like his own spunk to these 70s songs and everything and still used still sang 50s and 60s music, right? But
Yes.
and that's the way it is. I really liked how he was on the stage, how he was
Yes.
behind the stage. I
The
don't know,
dance moves.
really cool. He was such a cool guy, and I really like. I think this is that's the way it is. But like he makes a joke about poke salad and eating and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah,
And
so
how
I thought he
fast he
was
had to
really
eat really
funny.
quick.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
He
I
was
thought he
keeping
was
up to the
really
rhythm.
funny.
See, I love that you love Elvis, and the 50s was my first decade. Everything, I think everybody's favorite decade will be the 50s first, and then
Yeah.
the 60s second, and the 70s last. But I love Elvis in the 50s. Who's another musician that you follow? Because you're also not only talented with just singing, but where'd you get this inspiration from? From like these older artists? Like, are we going like with, I don't know, last week, like Cece said with Mama Thornton. That was one of her first people. Who you take it from?
I would say obviously Frankie.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
Elvis, of course, and then Annette Funicello because I do. She's like I listen to her music all the time, all the way from the Mickey Mouse Club with "How Will I Know My Love." Then she sang what other one? Oh, Tall Paul, which it goes "Chalk on the Sidewalk." Yeah, it's such a good song. Yeah, I have a lot of her records. Oh, Dio Mio is another great song she
Ooh,
did.
there we go. Now we're talking. Now,
Yeah, so yeah, I take my inspiration a lot from her, I would say.
what do you play any instruments besides just singing, or do you play any? No, you just
No,
sing.
I mean I have a piano, but like I don't really like play it like it's more of a hobby. Like
Yeah.
I just randomly play it. It's not like
That,
professionally.
no, I didn't know like if you could play it, but you can sing beautifully. Like you
Oh,
really
thank
can.
you.
You said you sang in the choir. Is that what we were talking about? Like in the beginning?
Yes,
Yeah,
choir.
choir. That's really good because a lot of people get inspiration from being in the choir. They really do. I ain't gonna lie. Like they people, that's where they get their start from is where they sing in high school and they
Such a good like we're like a choir family, and it's really nice because on Fridays we also do karaoke, so like whatever songs you want to sing, yeah, like we sing all types of music. I stick with the 50s and 60s music when I do
exactly.
the karaoke. But yeah, it's just really fun, and then we're all singers in that class, so we help each other out, and we're all supportive of each other, so it's great.
That is really, really cool, you guys. This I just love talking to her. She has a big aura of like the '50s music. I just it oozes from her, and I love it. And I have never had this many people in here, you guys. This is freaking crazy, you guys. I love that you guys are all supporting me and her. I absolutely love Frenchy too. She's so sweet. She knows a lot for her age, and this is where a lot of people are like for me. You know, when I was growing up, they're like, "You're so old for your age," but I don't know. I take this as a compliment. I don't know about you. I take it as a
Yeah, old
compliment because
soul, yeah.
exactly. You're an old soul in general, man. You are really an old soul. I want to jump back for the people who are just coming in here because now we got 60 people popping in here. We're going back to the Frankie Avalon, if I can say his name right. Avalon. I almost said Valentine. I keep doing this. Avalon. Anyway, let's go back to what you were talking about with show him. Show us the thing that he sent you. Frankie sent you. What was this? So
He
he
sent
sent
me
you.
two things.
I absolutely love this man. Now he's a genuine human being. He really is. And I mean I've never met him, but I love Grease, and she's seen all this. She can vouch for it. So what did he send you?
I didn't
Oh,
know he was gonna send this at
he
all.
signed it and everything.
Yeah, it
What a
says to
beautiful.
Frenchy, lots of love, and then that's a shot. And
Oh
then
my
so
goodness.
his son told me about this item,
Yeah.
and so Annette and Frankie in like the 90s, they did a little campaign with plates, right? So they were
Yes.
selling them. And Frankie had a few of them at his house still, and obviously now they're vintage, like 30 years old.
Yeah.
With yeah, unfortunately, vintage,
Well,
right?
yeah, it's an old decade, but it's coming
Yeah,
back, y'all. Style is
yeah.
coming back, but these plates are cool.
And so basically, so wait, so he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna send it to you." So he sent it to me during Thanksgiving time, and so this is the plate. It has Annette and
And
Frankie.
he signed it again. What did he say there?
To Frenchy, love ya, Frankie Avalon. So, yeah.
I am oh my goodness. He is cool. He's the coolest. I swear.
Yeah, he's amazing.
That's like Elvis. And this is where I wish Elvis would have been able to like get more credit because people just think, "Oh, Elvis, yeah, he gave away this kind of stuff and he gave away that." No, he gave it away to people who he knew were fans. He knew
Yes.
that these people were actually genuine people, and it's cool that he sees this in you, being a young fan coming up here. I mean, Frankie may not have a long to live, but man, he has lived the life of like everything. I don't know how many did he do TV shows too and movies? I'm not 100% sure.
Yes, he did. He obviously did the movies like Grease, the beach
Yeah,
movies, How to
that
Sit
those are
with
the only two that I
Frankenstein.
know.
So yeah, he did a lot of movies. And then he did TV appearances on Hullabaloo, which is. Have you seen my video of me doing the Freddy, the
I think
dance?
I
Yeah, so that was on Hullabaloo with Annette, and so then he also made an appearance on the Honeymooners when he was 12 playing the trumpet, and then
he's the guy who's playing. I never knew that. See, I've
yeah,
seen
he
that.
was little, he was like 12, and and so also he was on a lot of shows. He sang with Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of people. Like he was live on Facebook the other day, and he was talking about how he was how he did all these things with all these people that he looked up to and he loved, like also Dean Martin, so many people. So yeah, it's really really cool to hear his
That
story.
is so cool. I mean, I'm surprised him and Elvis never somehow like intertwined.
No,
They
yeah,
should.
and he almost didn't take the role in Beauty School Dropout,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
because he felt that it was more of an Elvis role.
Yes.
Yeah, so and Elvis was in talks to play the role, which is insane.
Well,
But
that
I
and
think
that's
Frankie did
weird.
a beautiful job though. So
Yep, he did. Absolutely. He did. And the way he, okay, can we just talk about this scene for people who love Grease? Because I'm a Grease fanatic and I absolutely just have to say it. We are stepping back in a time, like y'all I see in the comments. We're taking a step back in time. We are. So take it to the scene, you guys. You guys should know it. He's coming down that stairs. What do you think from your point of view? What do you think of him coming down the stairs and like appearing all of a sudden in her dream? Even though it's not a dream, it's like her. She's there. What do you think about that? Because you look like her. I could see this. I could see you being in there. I really could. What do you think about him coming down there?
Oh my gosh. So when I see him, I don't know, cause me knowing him now, like
Yes.
it's basically him knowing me. I watched it like in January again, and
Yeah.
I was
You
like
just
shocked again. I was like seeing this movie so many times. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Frankie. It just
It's Frankie. And I wish, I mean, it's great that, Elvis didn't get the role in a way, kind of saying that in a good way, because
yeah,
Elvis would have made it his own. I like
yeah.
how how Frankie has a amazing theatrical appearance. Like, he doesn't even have to, like, move a lot as a performer.
No.
He can just literally almost trip down those stairs and kind of, like,
Do
be
you know?
goofy.
Do you know he was scared of heights and he had to walk down those stairs?
He was?
Yeah, the Frenchy Didi Khan, she was talking about it in like a cameo, and because she does cameo, and she was talking about it. Someone posted the video, and he was scared of heights, but somehow he still did it.
What? There needs to be a documentary about Greece. There needs to be
Yeah,
like how this movie was made, because Greece wasn't just a movie. It was a actual. It showed things like in perspective. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird how Greece is. I don't know. I went on a whole spiel there. So it was 1977, right, when that movie was came out, and
78.
78. Okay. It was made in 1970, started making in 1977, which is
Yeah,
why Elvis was supposed to be the teen angel.
yeah.
And as we all know, that role may have or may have not helped or hurt Elvis. I don't know. But Frankie does a great job. And this is where I want to bring it back to Grease. Grease was my mother's first album that she bought. And I had to have to tell you because you are the biggest Grease person. Before we get off this topic, what can we talk about the flying freaking car in the end? Like, is that so futuristic or what? I mean, that was
Everyone thought there was gonna be flying cars. We still don't have them.
exactly. And aliens were going to be amongst us.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's what people thought back then.
that's right. That's what they
That's
did.
why.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself, maybe. I don't know.
So I also like, aside from Elvis movies, I also watch like all the Hitchcock films.
Hitchcock. There's
Yes.
another good
And
one.
then my favorite shows from back then are probably Gidget with Sally Field,
Ooh,
um,
that's an old
then
one.
Bewitched, the Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah, I love all those shows and movies like that. My favorite movie from the 50s or movies are probably well, also 60s. My
Yeah.
favorites are uh,
Yeah.
Babes in Toyland, 1961. Have you seen
Ooh.
it?
I have seen that. It's a little
And
geeky.
then
I cannot remember it, but I love the old styles back then. Anyway, go ahead.
it's just so colorful. It's
It is.
beautiful. And then I also like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes with Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell.
I love that movie. Oh, that's such a good movie.
I actually I have not like two Marilyn Monroe 50s magazines, one from 53, one from 59, and one of them has Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell on the cover, I think. Yeah.
Yes, I have my only Marilyn Monroe album is the or the Diamonds one, and that is in French. The whole album's in French.
French?
Yes, and that's a
Oh
rarity.
wow.
I love the last movie she did with what is his name? Kurt
Clark Gable.
Clark Gable.
The Misfits. Yeah.
Yes. That movie, she is so not Marilyn Monroe. She's almost like she's back to herself, isn't she? Like she's
Yeah,
almost
like so vulnerable, like in a
yes, there
way.
you go.
Yeah,
Because I
like
don't think she didn't have a lot of kids, so I think that scene
yeah,
where the
she had
boys.
no kids.
Oh
It's
yeah, that's right.
sad.
She had no
Yeah.
kids, so the boys being around her, like I love that scene where she grabs on and he just jumps in her arms and she's just like embracing him at the very end where they're hugging and she's just so sweet and just I don't know. I wish she was a mom. She should have been a mom. She maybe I don't know. It depends on her career, but she loved anybody and everybody full on, super hard. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
yeah.
she had endometriosis, which
Oh, that's right.
she couldn't really, like the pain and everything. She tried having kids, but a lot of those it didn't work or
Yeah,
anything.
but she was so motherly to any of the young people that she was in a movie with, especially being in the Misfits. That movie just sets her apart from any other movie that I've watched with Marilyn Monroe because she's just gorgeous. And so, who's your other '50s person that you go to? Because you got Frankie all the way, but you can who's your other go to? We got to add another go to in here.
Well, obviously you know Elvis. I don't know. That's like really a difficult.
Clark, you got Clark Gable. Who's the other one? We got what's his name? He is a hunk of man of how what in the heck is his name? Good lord, he's a hunk man from the '50s, early '50s. He was a cowboy. I'm drawing a blank right now.
I'm trying to think James Dean, but
James
it's
Dean is
probably.
one, but who's another one? Clint Eastwood. There's
Oh
another
yes,
one.
Clint Eastwood. Clint
Thank you. I
Eastwood.
knew
Yes,
somebody
I
would know
love
it out
him.
there.
I love
Somebody
Clint
would know it.
Eastwood. I
You
love his
made it.
show Rawhide too. It's really good.
Right. Yes. She dances, you guys. She does this dance moves. Who are those guys? Did you watch those movies from those guys? With
Yes, I've seen Singing in the Rain, of course, with Gene Kelly. And then Fred Astaire. Which one was he in? He was in a few. I think I've seen him with what's oh my gosh, with Ginger Rogers.
Yes. See, this
Yes,
is where I cannot think these old
classic
people's
dancer.
names. So y'all, it's early morning. That's why we do a coffee. We gotta have our coffee. But no. So did you get dancing? Like, did you just pick up dancing when you just did it from kind of like watching these
Yeah,
old
watching
movies?
the movies. Yeah, like for example, I did like the like I was dressed as a Mouseketeer. Yeah, this is why I'm wearing this today because later I'm recreating a Mouseketeer thing. So I saw this video of the Mouseketeers opening Disneyland, right? They were doing their
Yes.
tap dancing, talent roundup, all that stuff. And I was like, what if I recreated it? And so I put on my tap shoes, which I was looking for tap shoes that looked just like the Mouseketeers tap shoes. So
Really?
I finally acquired a pair like a couple months ago. And so, yeah, I did the dance, and then Disney commented on my video, saying what a nostalgic performance on Instagram. So it was
Whoa.
insane. And
That is
that was
so
obviously a
cool.
big part of Disney. The Musketeers were a big part of
Yes.
Disney for the boomers in the 60s. So
Yep.
yeah, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I got my inspiration from the movies, like American Bandstand too, like just for the normal dances like the stroll, the twist, the hucklebuck, like all those dances. So yeah,
See,
movies and
I,
shows
I
from back
love
then.
that. When I was growing up, I actually wanted to do that. And me and my grandfather and grandmother in my garage had me and my friends over all the time and learn how to swing dance. I absolutely love swing dancing. It's hard on the body, but I absolutely love it. And recently, I just acquired some tap shoes, and I think I might drive my neighbors a little nuts, but it is fun. It is absolutely fun to get up there and just start tap dancing. See, I'm a rhythm
Yeah,
person, and I know that she's a dancer, and this is why I have to talk about this because it's not maybe not like absolutely like structured dancing. It doesn't have to be that. It can be like how you feel the music because she feels the
yeah,
music. You feel it, right? You just tap
yeah.
dance to the rhythm. And see, that is an instrument, you guys, and anybody can pick up either a guitar or even just buy these pair of shoes to make yourself feel like you can actually tap dance. I don't know how to do it all the way, but Fred Astaire. And then have you ever watched Lawrence Welk? Do you remember watching Lawrence Welk?
I've seen a bit of it. Yeah.
He's the bandstand guy.
Oh,
Like okay, so he is a tap dancer on there, and this man is a tap dancing for people who are. I'm aging myself, but I'm also young because I watched this with my grandma and grandpa. When I saw Lawrence Welk, this guy when he was dancing, he dances on the tips of his toes. He almost how like Michael Jackson could stand up on his tiptoes.
yeah.
This guy used to tiptoe and tap dance. How do you do that? Like I have no idea.
I don't know. That's crazy how he even could do it.
You'll have to look that up. I want to go to another swing club. I really do. Swing dancing is amazing. I love it. Do you know how to full on swing dance? You good at that?
No, I really I really want to find an area in my I mean like a place in my area for that, but we don't really have anything like
See,
that.
same here. We have line dancing. I'm the South. I mean, like we have line dancing. I mean, that's
Oh
not.
yeah, we also have line and square dancing at like the local community center, but like I never go because I don't know.
I know, I'm not interested in the line dancing, but I would love to swing dance because I have seen the people do it, even throw the people up over their shoulders and then they like dance. I have no idea how to do it. But my grandma and grandpa inspired me to like want to do swing dancing. And I just love that you add that into your like entire thing. I mean, she sings, she dances, she performs. I mean, it's a whole ball. We are talking with Frenchy. She is an amazing 50s chick. For the people who are just coming in, we have 42 people. I want to let them know again about the show that picture. She got a picture from Frankie Avalon and he signed it, and I got to show you guys this. He sent, look at this photo. I know it's kind of down, but look at this beautiful photo of this man. Oh my goodness, you guys. She actually got a chance to meet him over the internet, and he sent her these amazing gifts. These are incredible. I love that man. He's genuine. So for people who don't know where he's from Greece, and Greece is where I got my inspiration to start today's show because she's all Greece. She's got the whole style. Sorry, the cat's walking by underneath here knocking stuff over. You want to let them know where you follow you? You guys can follow her right here. Go, if you guys have not, send her love, send her some love, and of course, go follow this beautiful girl. Where else can they find you? Tell them a little bit about where they can get you.
You guys can also find me on Instagram. So my Instagram is Frenchy, the underscore thingy. People make fun of me when I say it because
it's okay. Hey, I have an underscore in my name too. It's okay.
Frenchy underscore 50s. So yeah, that's my Instagram, and of course I post a lot on here.
She does, and she's on here.
And I do little photo shoot type things on Instagram too. So yeah, so extra content on Instagram.
Absolutely. This new series is all dedicated to people who can actually do things, have done music, have seen, telling their stories about where they're coming from. And this has just been so far so entertaining so far. Just even talking to Cece last week, and now we got her. We got a lot of cool things coming up on this show here. But more importantly, as you guys know, we are about to get out of here. And for the people, no, the final question is always, we have to end with it. I don't know if you saw it last week, Frenchy, but we have a staple question that we ask everybody on here. What is your TCB for the day? Something positive that is taking care of your business. What would you tell somebody if they said, what's your TCB of the day?
Well, I just wanna bring back the 50s and 60s. Like I want to give nostalgia to the people that lived in that time, plus bringing knowledge of that era to, like, my generation, your generation, like every generation that comes up. And yeah, I just want to spread joy, positivity, all that stuff.
Well, you're doing it, girl. Like you got a good start on what you're doing. You know, that is incredible. We all want to kind of go back in time, but we can't. So that is why me, her, and other people who are going back in time and promoting this era, I love it. I absolutely love that we get to like at least preserve history for a little bit longer. That's what I'm going for. And I know today's interview was kind of short and all over the place, but my brain this morning, I couldn't think of.
It was fun.
We've had so much fun. Well, then, you guys, we're gonna get out of here and end this in the beautiful way we do. Thank you so much again, girl, for always being here. I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you for inviting me here.
You are awesome, girl, and keep up the momentum and keep the spirit alive. Frankie needs you to keep the legacy going, girl. Absolutely, I love it. So anyway, you guys, thank you guys for all the love, all the support. She's gonna get out of here as we always do. We end on our favorite song. We love you, TCB. Bye, girl.
Bye.
We're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much. We are gonna get out of here. We love you guys. Next week, you could be in the hot seat if you guys would want to. I'm looking for 2 more people for the next 2 weeks to end out our March. So thank you guys for everything that you have done so far with our Sunday morning coffee talks. Love you guys. God bless. See you next Sunday. TCB. God bless.